Така, добре. Благодаря на всички, които са все още тук и изчакаха. Вземете си нещо да хапнете, да пинете. И продължаваме напред с Broken Sword Smoking Mirror Remastered Edition.
This must be the place. Professor Ubier's house.
Looks pretty creepy. I'd been away from Paris and hadn't seen Nico for nearly 6 months. I wanted to celebrate our reunion, but she had other plans, an appointment with an archaeologist. Something to do with a Mayan stone she came across while researching a story. The guy who answered the door didn't look much like an archaeologist to me. I had a bad feeling about this.
Паяк, Гош. Вижте го. Вижте го, Гошо. Гошо ще е нашето спасение. А той какво открадна ни жената, бахте мръсника човек. Ще му нарежа гумите и ще запаля къщата на майка му. Виж го бе, Паяк, Гошо иска да наизяде мръсника. Гошо, отива да търсиш мухи и мравки, ако може.
There were only 3 things I didn't like about spiders. The way they looked, the way they moved, and the fact that they lived on the same planet as me. This spider was big, mean, and hairy, and definitely not a native of Europe.
Не мисля, че Pixar студио имат нещо общо с играта.
I glanced over the books, vaguely hoping to find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders While Tied to a Chair. No such luck. But I noticed one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block of wood.
Я да видим. О, Гошо!
A little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape. I wasn't touching that spider goo.
Аре бе.
Yellow pus was seeping from below the bookcase. That
Okay.
spider was very squashed.
Very squashed. Yes. GG.
With one mighty bound, our hero was free. Now, I had to deal with that fire.
Fire. Какво правим? Веднагически сейваме, защото сейв с къминга е религия. Тиски, какво става, бе?
The rope was shredded and no possible use to me.
Абе, взимай го, бе!
The rope was shredded and no possible.
Бах ти принцесата. Така, ето. Няма ли voice acting тук, бе? Така, 6 месеца по-късно. В Париж съм отново. Имам среща с Нико. Иска да срещнем някакъв... Go meet some archaeologist with her. Аха, окей. Да се срещна с археолог, който се казва професор Обер. Не знам за какво става въпрос. За някакви майски каманаци, в които има някакви рисунки. Истината е, че ще е чудесно да видя Нико отново, без значение е причината. Окей, значи някой драска каманаци, копай ги и ги драска. Така, тук chair, metal bracket.
The projecting bracket had served its purpose. There was nothing.
Добре.
I had no time to sit around.
Окей. Окей.
In the drawer was a small decorated pot.
Някакво гарненце, ма кирийчица.
Inside, I found a bottle of tequila.
Вземи.
Normally, I didn't drink strong spirits, but today was far from normal.
Може и ти да получиш PlayStation 4.
Disgusting.
Червич.
Not only
Вземи
did the
черав.
tequila burn like hell, I just managed to stop myself from swallowing the worm.
Вземи червя.
There was something short, fleshy, and gross on the carpet.
Вземи го, бе. Така, ето.
It was the worm from the bottle of tequila.
Опа, чакай, къде не е? Не, господин червей.
It was that itsy-bitsy tequila worm. I really must remember to take it out of my pants before I send them to the laundry. The pot contained a key.
Вижте схемата. Може да го сложа червея. Я знам, на паяка. Добре. Я пак пи. Абе, пи ни пак, бе, момче. What the fuck.
And his wife, I guess.
Естествено, направили се с големи цици.
A stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front.
Interesting.
It occurred to me that Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away. Well, they could be useful.
Така. Взехме ли гащата? Вижте какви хубави гащуци.
It was a pair of red, lace-trimmed panties decorated with a large black satin heart. It was Nico's lipstick. It wasn't my color, and it reminded me of clowns. I guess I had no business reading the note, but I figured it might give me a clue to what Nico was involved in. It was from Andre Labano, the history student Nico had known at college. The letter was sentimental mush, and revealed that the exotic lingerie, as he called it, was a gift from him. It gave his telephone number.
Гумръсника той да гащи, бе, ей.
But I couldn't believe that that creep was in the running.
Тия гащи са за нас. Ние ще ги носим и ще отидем при него. Тъй като ще подаря гащи на нашата приятелка.
It was a needle-sharp dart with a flight of green and yellow feathers.
Вземи.
That dart was sharper than a mosquito's business end. But this didn't deter me from getting it anyway.
Абе, не се притеснявай. Я вижте какви хубави прозорци има с бели решетки.
I wasn't going to get through those sturdy bars. The
Ягерите
bars
ми?
attached to the window would prevent anyone getting in. They also stopped me from getting out.
Добре, окей. Добре. Не, какво има тук?
I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it.
Абе, ей! Какво от гнуста е? Той не се е закал вътре. Едва ли се е закал вътре? Я? Червия не иска ли да го... Не иска. Я?
The cabinet was locked.
Кабинетът е блок.
The key was way too large to fit into that tiny keyhole.
Как пък не?
As I released the lock, something blew the doors open. It was a small metal cylinder. That cylinder was hot. I couldn't pick it up with my bare hands. Inside the cabinet was a small metal object, round at one end with a valve at the other. The cabinet was already open.
С гащите.
The panties I'd found in Nico's bag were just what I needed to wrap around the hot cylinder.
Ето е. Значи ако имате горещ предмет за вдигане, за вземане, ви трябват и такива прашки.
It was a small metal cylinder with a valve at one end.
Добре.
I don't... that wouldn't... No. That was... The red and yellow pot had black decorative markings shaped like hands. Weird mutant hands, that is. I don't... Wrong. That was... That isn't...
Добре, окей.
The door blocked my only... The door blocked... I racked my brains to think of a way to improvise a fire extinguisher. If only I'd stopped for a coffee at the airport. The fire had taken hold and ignited...
Още нещо в
I'd
чантата.
already ransacked Nico's handbag, and besides which, the color didn't suit me.
Чай това, може да го дигнем пак, бе.
The bookcase had fallen on its front, making it Even if I had the time, I wouldn't be... Not such a... The cabinet was already open. The cabinet contained what looked like a burst cylinder.
Ема ние го взехме.
I wasn't gonna...
Ние го взехме.
I wasn't going to get through those sturdy... Wrong! Not such a... That... That isn't it. I don't... I'd better think... Nope.
Някъде може би просто не съм взел всичко. Ах! Окей.
There was no pressure in the siphon. I guess it was out of gas.
Добре.
The cylinder gave out a faint hiss as the valve opened. What?
Yep.
Now I had one primed up and ready to use extinguisher. With a well-aimed squirt of his soda fountain, our unshakable hero saved the day. Now it was time to start looking for Nico. I wasn't going to burn myself on that red-hot doorknob, and it wasn't the time for subtlety.
Да, това беше яко.
It was a folded clipping taken from a newspaper. I'd found a piece of newspaper folded in two.
Видите? Я го
It
прочетя.
referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible from Europe. The best place to view the eclipse would be Mexico.
Мехико, Мехико.
It was the newspaper clipping. Wrapped inside it was another small piece. It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was Ubier's bank statement.
Парички.
Much as I disliked him, Labano might be my only hope of finding Nico. Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
It's George Stobart, Nico's boyfriend.
Don't you mean ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just to pick a fight. I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Listen, Andre, we need to talk. Nico's life depends on it.
Okay. You remember the cafe at Montfaucon?
Sure. Andre? You'd better show, you creep. I felt an irrational urge to wipe my ear.
Така.
It was locked. The house key didn't fit this lock.
Окей.
The door was locked. I didn't fancy my chances of kicking this door down. I unlocked the door.
Окей. Значи все пак нещо има. Окей.
I wasn't looking forward to meeting Labano again, but he was my only link with Nico. There was no sign of Labano when I got to the cafe. I decided to order a coffee and wait for him.
Малко ще намаля музиката. Вие вече ще кажете дали е едно слава. Така нататък и така нататък.
Pardon me, but don't I know you?
Huh?
You were here the day I found the catacombs.
I was? Ah, yes. I remember you.
Yeah. Are you still in the police force?
No, not anymore. I'm a man of leisure. And what brings you back to Paris?
I'm waiting for an acquaintance.
Bon. And you have found another. Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
Why did you leave the police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake. Only in my case it was more copper than gold.
How come?
I was made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
Have you ever heard of a Professor Oubier?
No, monsieur. I don't recall the name.
Well, apparently he's an expert on Mayan art and history.
A little out of my field of experience, monsieur. If he'd been a serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
Ах, защо не е содомайт? Дяволите.
What do you make of this dart?
I remember a case where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
Yeah.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh! Total eclipse of the sun. Well, that's very dull in comparison. I don't know anything about eclipses.
Tell me what you make of this note.
From my years of experience, I gained a pretty good insight into handwriting. I'd say that note was written by a compulsive, obsessive type with an Oedipus complex.
Скандално.
Hey, you got just about everything apart from the ponytail.
Добре.
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking.
Ето сега докато пи. Пи бе, мама ти да еба. Пи.
I had no desire to go down into the sewers. I had no desire to go down. It was too hot to sit inside the cafe. Besides, I might miss Labano. Oh, garçon.
Гарсон?
He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
Ах, ще бъде франсета, курви такива френски. Yeah.
The man was still looking. The man was still... Hey, you.
Quoi?
I'd like a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
Какъв е мръсник, бе? Така. Да, добре, общо взето казват това, което е станало. Така че няма нужда да го четем сега, но е яко за като куитнеш играта и правилно не се е играл 3 дни.
Un café.
Thanks.
Un кафе.
What does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe? I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
It is. Don't look at me, I didn't sell it to him.
Do you know a guy called André Lobino?
Oui, I know him. What of it?
I'm supposed to meet him here. Did I miss him?
No, I have not seen him today.
Have you heard of Professor Oubier?
Oui. He married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here. The nutty professor and the movie star.
If Oubier's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood. Her stage name was Carol Climax. She died in suspicious circumstances.
How did Oubier's wife die?
I heard he shot her.
And got away with it?
He had a good lawyer and a watertight alibi.
Why would an eminent public figure like Oubier risk everything for murder?
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
Do you know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Look at this. A poison dart.
Ah oui, sure.
It's the real thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic. Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That's all.
Thank you.
Не ползвайте отровни стрелички с приятелките си, момчета.
Well,
И
this is a
момичета.
surprise, Georgie.
I wouldn't normally call you. But Nico's in trouble, Andre. Deep trouble. You have to help me find her.
What? What have you dragged her into this time?
It was you that recommended Professor Oubier as an expert on Mayan art. Now his butler's kidnapped her. And he tried to kill me.
Every time she gets involved with you, there is trouble. Walking out on her was the best thing you could do.
My father was dying, damn it. I had no choice.
Well, she soon recovered once she went back to her old friends.
Drop it, Andre. Right now, Nico's in danger, and we have to work together.
So, how can I help?
Nico needed to speak to Oubier about a stone.
Oh, you mean this stone?
So that's what all the trouble's about.
Precisely. Nicole told me to guard it with my life.
Well, it's worth more than that, surely.
Oh, very funny.
What's funny is that your life really is on the line.
What are you talking about?
The stone is a Mayan artifact, dummy, and the guy who kidnapped Nico was from Central America. It was the stone they were after.
Oh my god, you mean I could be in danger too?
What do you suppose the carving on the stone means?
I don't know. I haven't shown it to anyone.
Why don't you just give it to me?
I don't want your death on my conscience, George.
Where did Nico get the stone?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
Oh, you should.
It was something to do with smuggling.
Why didn't Nico take the stone to Oubier?
I don't know. Perhaps she suspected something like this would happen.
If she's been hurt, Andre, I'll break every bone in your body.
No, that's typical of you. Do you think I don't care what happens to Nicole?
It occurred to me that slugs don't have bones to break, but I kept that thought to myself. Tell me about your friend Oubier.
He's more of a professional acquaintance than a friend.
I see. So you don't really know him at all?
No, I don't.
Does Oubier employ a guy from Central America?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think this is, Andre?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It's got more backbone than you.
You think you're amusing, don't you?
What can you tell me about this pot?
South or Central American, I'd say. I have a friend who'd be able to tell you more.
Where can I find this guy?
He owns a gallery on the left bank, the Glees Gallery.
Take a look at this, Andre.
It's a bank statement.
Yeah, Professor Ubier's account. 5 large cash withdrawals in the space of 3 days, all from an automatic teller in Marseille. Suspicious, isn't it?
You're even more crazy than you were before.
See you later.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Този не се харесваме.
I've had enough of your games, Kala. Tell me what you've done with my stone.
I thought your business was simply smuggling cocaine, Karzak. Why are you so interested in that stone?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or Pablo here will make you talk.
Okay. Well, I figured someone at the university would be able to help. So I had a word with one of my girlfriends, and she told me her boyfriend was a lecturer. I sent the stone to the Department of Ethnology. You know, I figured it was South American, so... You're not buying this, are you?
That's enough! I don't have time to listen to your mindless prattle. We'll leave you to think it over. Come the morning, you'll be ready to
Виж
talk.
какъв гадняр е той, бе.
He wouldn't have wanted that. Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do. When I wore that uniform, I commanded respect. Not anymore.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Сега като го депресирахме да му откраднем алкажа.
I grabbed the flask and was struck by a powerful smell of absinthe, a highly potent and illegal alcoholic drink.
А, така. Хем го депресирахме, хем му откраднахме нещото.
Excuse me.
What?
Ever heard of Carol Climax, the movie star?
Yes, but I don't care for the kind of movie she's made. It's smut like that which has caused the moral decline of the Western world.
Is it true that Carol Climax was murdered by her husband?
First I heard of it. I thought she just retired.
I'm trying to find my girlfriend. She's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, it was our first day back together after many months.
That's too bad. My God, that's depressing.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
I had no desire. Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Има ли още нещо така? Оп.
You need anything else?
There was nothing I wanted to say to him.
Окей.
Excuse me.
What?
А,
I've been looking forward to seeing my girl, but she wanted to rush off to see some professor.
I see. And you think she's having an affair with this professor?
Look, forget it. It doesn't matter. Didn't you try to appeal against your dismissal?
There was no point. It was my word against that of the chief inspector. And he was a close friend of the director of the museum I was supposed to be patrolling.
Excuse...
What?
What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
The waiter said it's absinthe.
That fool wouldn't know Pernod from cat's piece.
Which museum was it you were supposed to be patrolling?
The croon. It wasn't as if anything important was stolen. Just a rusty old tripod.
The tripod had returned a few weeks later.
Ние сме виновни за всичко.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Човекът няма работа заради нас. G to the G.
Excuse me.
What?
I had nothing else I want.
Добре, айде с тя толкова.
Now I had another lead. I could either
Айде
go
да
back to
ходим към
Ubier's house
галерията.
or visit the Glee's gallery. I had a choice of destination. The Glee's gallery had style and class, but very few customers.
Трив. Добре дошъл. Как я караш? Добър ти ден. Ние изиграхме Soul River 2 и сега преди един час почнахме Broken Sword 2. Охо, господин психомет. Ама добре дошъл. Добър ти ден на теб. При мен е окей. Пивам биричка и така. Първия Broken Sword го играхме по-рано тази година. Преди колко игри? О, преди доста. Като гледам целият Discworld, Curse of Monkey Island, Resident Evil. Нищо чудно сме го играли, даже и миналата година. Нико ми е една от любимите героини, естествено. Проклета и намръщена.
The pots were protected by a glass case.
Чупи кейса.
I couldn't believe it. The pots were marked at 5,000 francs each. As far as I could tell, the pots were almost identical to the one I'd found in Ubier's house.
Значи, продадем пота. Или гащичките. Не е много скоро. Или началото на тази година, или края на другата. Видяхте ли го това, облиза стъклото? Hey, Gamer Pro. Добре дошъл. Кокошки, бе.
Okay, fine.
Може би са японски кокошки.
Are you Mr. Glees, the owner?
Good God, no.
Then I guess that must be him over there, right?
Your powers of deductive reasoning
Пази са
astound me.
да няма луди шофьори. Мразещи колоездачи.
Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Yes, of course.
I was at his house earlier.
If you're going to drop names, you could at least name one worth dropping.
I thought Ubier was a well-respected man.
Why, his last book was nothing but pseudo-intellectual claptrap. The demented ramblings of a drug-dependent has-been.
What's that you're drinking?
I'm not sure, but I have a suspicion it might be urine. Glees can't expect a favorable criticism of his gallery when he serves this muck.
Would you give me your opinion on this pot, sir?
Yes. Very rapouche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You smashed my pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To you, maybe.
Believe me, I was doing you a favor.
What's the difference between my
такова,
pot and all
видяхте ли
those
го?
other pots?
Yours is broken.
Why, you smug, pompous sloth.
Sticks and stones, dear boy, sticks and stones.
I wasn't going to waste any more breath talking to that pompous blimp. Maybe I could turn the situation to my advantage, and at the same time, get my revenge.
Мога ли да му се пя? Аха, той е така просто, докато се стои ние му сипахме.
Absinthe into the glass and hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
Добре. Сега ще припадне ли? Да.
Did you put something in my drink?
А пък, как?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Gleese's wine. In fact, I could grow to like it.
Искаш ли още?
I didn't think he'd be interested.
Я червия сложи вътре. Сложи червия вътре. Оп. Още ракия.
Allow me.
Я. Опа, така. Ке. Кредит карт машина. Не, че кредитна карта трябва да вземе.
The pot had smashed into too many pieces to retrieve.
Вземи поне няколко е кавал.
Relic of an ancient civilization. The pot had...
Пълен идиот.
Were those pots very valuable?
The pots are insured, but not the shelving. You've no idea how much that cost me. I hope to God Ubier has plenty more of these pots at the docks. If not, I'm ruined.
I wasn't going to waste my breath on that drunkard.
Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away.
There was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing, but pasted on the side was the remains of a label. Underneath the logo of a flying bird were the words Condor Transglobal Mars. The rest of the label was missing. It was beginning to make sense. Ubier had organized Nico's abduction. Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train. It was almost dawn when I arrived in
Така е тръв.
I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
Така, добре. Сега. Ще направя една малка почивчица, понеже вече 1 час я играем играта. Ето, 54 минутки. Една съвсем лека почивка. 10 на минутки. Вземете си нещо за пиване, за хапване. Така станете малко, разтъпчете се. И продължаваме.